I'm super excited to be here this morning and talk to you about the R in color 10, which is recruit and repeat. So it seems easy to pop in and talk about relationships today. Oh, I'm having that lip stick to your gums moment. Just a moment. So I'm usually a sort of normal person, but when I hit the live button, all these weird things start happening. So, my palms sweat, my lip sticks to my gums, all those weird things. And I might even show up like Martha Washington. So if you recognize my face, you might know me from Zoom parties or a former Connect the Dots when I showed up with stand-up pin curls. So yeah, weird things happen. So today I've got some notes to try to keep me on track. We're going to talk about recruiting. It seemed really easy to come on and talk to you about relationships because that's the basis of recruiting, right? It's all about the relationships. But instead, because we've been building relationships all week through the Color 10 process, I decided I was going to come to you with 5 different topics instead. So the first of our 5 topics is going to be overcoming your enrolling fears and your setbacks. Then we're going to talk about who to approach. Thirdly, we're going to talk about what to offer. Then we're going to introduce a systematic approach to making those enrolling conversations really comfortable. And then you're going to want to stay tuned for number 5, where I'm going to bring you a really powerful one-liner. So I first want to preface this by saying that there is no script to recruiting, okay? Yeah, Kristen, thanks. It's just weird. And now I've got all of those things going off in my head. Okay, so I first want to say that there is no script that is going to work for enrolling. When I have lots of conversations with other stylists, a lot of times it's, hey, hold up, slow down, I can't write fast enough. And I want you to know that there's going to be nothing today that is going to be that mind-blowing script to write down, because each enrolling conversation is about making a personal connection. It's about that person. So the message I want you to learn today is that enrolling is a mindset. It's a mindset of paying it forward. And the purpose of our conversation here this morning is to help you to become a rock star recruiter. Because what we know is that building a successful team and a lucrative income, really, it comes down to recruiting. And I never want to hear you say that you're not a good recruiter, because that's not the type of future that we want to prophesy here. What we're going to be talking about is how really recruiting falls into every part of our business. You're recruiting people to try our polish. You're recruiting people to book parties onto your calendar, and you're recruiting people to pay it forward as well. So keeping a calendar full of bookings is also about recruiting. So we're going to break this down. We're going to start with number 1, which is breaking down your barriers. Okay. So tell me right now in the comments, you guys, your participation is going to be really helpful today. So tell me, when it comes to recruiting or enrolling, what are your fears? So your participation is super helpful, because as you become an enrolling superstar, recruiting superstar, you're probably going to come back here to reference some of these conversations that we're going to have in the chat this morning. So please let us know what your fears are. Fears that I've heard are fear of being pushy, fear of sounding salesy. What else have I heard? A lot of times it's making the decision for somebody else, like, hey, they're not a good fit. So tell me what your fears are in the comments, because the first R that we're going to work on for recruiting is reprogramming. We're going to flip the script on ourselves and work on reprogramming. Okay, so spammy. All right, so some of the common things. One of the things I want you to know right away, I did talk very loosely on prophesying your future. And that's really important. It's about those positive affirmations. It's what are you telling yourself? So I'm really excited. I'm trying to read the comments both places because they're so tiny on my phone, but they're a little bit bigger on my computer. So, also tell us in the comments, when you joined Color Street, what were you hoping for? This is what I hear a lot of. I hear people join for time. I hear people join for money. I hear people who join for connections, for friends. I hear people join for the discount or access to product, right? So then I want you to think about for just a moment, Maybe you could finish this sentence for me. And if there are any flock stars watching, you know how to finish this sentence, go ahead and tell us, because this is something we've already talked about this week. Finish the sentence. Because of Color Street, I am or I have. Okay, and then finish that sentence. Oh, I love that. Fear of rejection. That's big. Fear of not being able to provide support and the help that they need. Okay, I love this, guys. Okay. Sheila joined for more nails. Erica joined for purpose. Okay, guys, so I asked some fellow Color Street stylists the answer to finish the sentence earlier this week, and this is what I found, okay? Because of Color Street, I have found myself. I could get really emotional reading these because I know who they are. I am confident with who I am and who I want to be. I'm comfortable in my own skin. Because of Color Street, I'm able to feed my growing family. Because of Color Street, I'm no longer missing precious moments with my children who are growing up without me. Because of Color Street, I'm no longer struggling from postpartum depression. Because of Color Street, I am reconnecting with my community. Because of Color Street, I am having so much fun. I love this. I've made new friends and I found confidence again. Yes, Eileen, because of Color Street, I have more confidence. Angela, yes. I finally feel like I'm doing something for myself. I'm a better mom. Because of Color Street, I'm confident. You guys, this is so touching. Because of Color Street, I'm living in my dream ranch. I'm obsessed with this. So by reading these comments, you can be 100% confident in what Color Street has to offer. I want you to hear this morning. You are not recruiting. You are also not a bad recruiter. You are a hope dealer. I'm getting emotional too, Erica. Oh my gosh. You have been allowing your fear and your discomfort to spew these type of words like I am a bad recruiter or I don't know how to recruit. But today you're going to move forward using different words instead. I am a hope dealer, because you can read the comments of this live video and you can know right now the hope that Color Street has to offer others. It's amazing. Because of Color Street, I found my passion. Because of Color Street, I'm not afraid to speak up. I'm not afraid of rejection. I'm organized. I'm confident. I'm joyful. You guys, because of Color Street, I have a new circle of ladies I would never have had. I would have never had. Oh my gosh. You guys, I love this. I'm getting all emotional. So circle of ladies, I want to come back and just touch on that because I loved in yesterday's Connect the Dots. If you didn't see it, one of the objections to overcome was a pyramid scheme. And I loved that somebody said it's a circle of love, circle of friendship, a circle of love. This is a circle of love, you guys. Are you reading the impact that we're having, the hope that we're providing for others? Okay. I've got all the feels now, so I'm going to move on just a little bit. The last thing I want you to know about this topic of moving your fears out of the way is you have to remove your personal agenda. If you feel that you are salesy or desperate or thinking that you're talking too much about you or you're afraid of rejection or all of those things, I want you to know right now that you're creating that future with those feelings and with those thoughts. You're prophesying yourself to be pushy and salesy. And this is something really important I need you to hear. And I'm going to say it as gently as possible. This isn't about you. Read the comments, guys. Stop being selfish. This is about the people whose lives you can change. Because of Color Street, I finally feel like a person again. Oh my gosh. Because of Color Street, I can spoil my grandkids. Because of Color Street, I can see that dreams can come true. I'm obsessed. Okay, so just remember, and moving forward, this isn't about you. Stop being selfish with your thoughts and stop being selfish with the opportunity. This is your chance to change lives. This is your chance to pay it forward. Because of Color Street, I was able to pay my salon lease during the shutdown. Yes. All right, so number 2, now that we're confident about offering the business, we're confident in dealing hope, who do we offer this business to? It becomes really simple. This opportunity can fit into any lifestyle. I have a whole bunch of notes here, guys. I'm really hoping that I'm going to stay on topic. This opportunity can fit into any lifestyle, and it can change lives of every single person who is willing. So the simple answer is that we offer Color Street to everyone. But for a more clear directive on where to start this week, start with color 10. Who did you plug in this week when you started to color 10? Color 10 started on Monday, and as we've progressed through the week, you've been sharing nail polish with at least 10 people who have never heard of Color Street. Male, female, no judgments, it's everybody. This is the Color Street rhythm. So we're going to start by introducing Color Street to the people who we've plugged into the rhythm. So what are we recruiting them to? That's number 3. So it's really simple and important for you to know, that every single person, you guys, I'm still getting emotional in the comments. I'm going to stop looking for a minute. But every single person who you meet and who you color fits into one of 3 buckets. So those 3 buckets are the host bucket, the stylist bucket, or the referral bucket. Darn. Okay. And so recruiting is simply finding out which bucket that each person fits into. And the really important thing for you is to not make that decision for somebody else. I know that I'm absolutely guilty of doing that, but you want to offer all 3 buckets to everyone. And a fun little tip here is I like to start with the stylist bucket and then go to the hostess bucket and then go to the referral source bucket, which is also the customer bucket, right? And the reason I do that is because it's really awkward if we go the other way around. So if they're not interested in being a customer, it's hard to ask them to be a host. And if they're not interested in being a host or a customer, it's really hard to ask them to be a stylist. And as people pleasers, we want to say yes. So it just seems to make sense to start and go from the other way down. And in fact, when Color Street has this much impact, has created this much impact, this much hope for others, why wouldn't we lead with the greatest hope, with the greatest opportunity first? So if they don't join you as a business partner or as a customer or as a hostess, it's really important to offer that 3rd bucket of the referral source. I forget what else I was going to tell you on there, but I know that there's something. Plant that seed of confidence one more time when you're offering that referral source by saying, who do you know who's just like you? Because if you use the systematic approach that we're going to talk about today, they already have been told that they have the ability to be a really great stylist. So this is just one more seed of confidence that we're planting when we're asking for referrals. And ladies, I want you to know, don't discount the men in your life who don't polish their nails. Men are some of the very best referral sources into my business. They know a lot of women who love polishing their nails. Okay, so let's move on to number 4. This is the systematic approach. And I'm a systems person. I really like to have a system for everything because we want our business to be so duplicable that anybody can do it. Because if you complicate things, it's going to actually slow down your recruiting. And again, that's what we're talking about today. So if you've heard me talk about systematic approach to recruiting before, you've probably heard me say compliment, justify, ask, but today it's all about R. So we're going to talk about recognize, reaffirm, and recruit. And it's the exact same thing. You're going to recognize the strength that somebody might have, that a prospect might have, anybody who you've connected with through the week, and compliment that strength. Something about a compliment is it automatically causes our shoulders to roll back just a little bit. We're a little bit more attentive. We're automatically feeling better. And psychologically, we're already closer to giving a yes response, okay? And then I want you to reaffirm it's true. This takes away the spamminess and anything that could possibly be uncomfortable by justifying that compliment that you just offered is true. I'm going to give you an example here in just a minute. Okay, and then the 3rd R, recruit. Recruit as a stylist, recruit as a hostess, or recruit as a referral source by asking a question. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example of this. Since this week, most of our examples were provided through social media contacts, I'm going to do a social media example. Okay, so let's say I want to enroll Kristen, and Kristen's newsfeed is a lot of fun. She's always posting funny memes and people are engaging and interacting. And so I look forward to Kristen's newsfeed every day. So automatically, I might compliment her by just sending a message that says, Kristen, you are so much fun. I look forward to you popping up in my newsfeed every single day. And then I might justify that compliment by saying, which I sort of already did, by saying, I look forward to seeing you in my newsfeed every day. But I might say something along the lines of, do you have any idea of what a skill you have to really bring people together? I just love seeing how many people are commenting and engaging on your posts. And each one of these are sent as different messages because this is conversational. You're right, Kristen, or Erica, everybody needs a Kristen. And then you might come through with the ask. It's this simple, guys. I'm curious, have you ever considered monetizing your ability to bring people together on social media? That's it. I love being able to present the opportunity through a powerful question. So just remember the 3 R's, recognize the strength and compliment, reaffirm it by justifying that compliment, telling them why it's true, and then recruit by asking a question or offering. Okay, so we're already to number 5, which is the really powerful one-liner. And Ariella taught us yesterday to overcome objections using the feel, felt, found method. And I love that method so much. And she asked lots of questions to clarify, which is super important in really understanding who you're talking to and helping to understand and overcome what fears they have. So, in recruiting, questions are also really important so that the customer doesn't feel backed into a corner. And so what I just shared with you with that last question is, I'm curious, have you ever considered monetizing your ability to bring people together online, or whatever that was, something like that, right? That's giving them an out. It's not backing them into the corner. It's not causing them to want to block and unfriend me, but hopefully it's drawing them to me to say, hey, Hannah, tell me more. So this is my favorite one-liner. Are you ready for this? If you write down anything today, this is the important part. I'm curious. If I could show you how to blank, fill in that blank, it's the overcoming of the objection part. Would you be interested in learning more? And it can also be highlighting their compliment. So if I could show you how to do this, and remember, that blank is always going to be what's in it for them. So if I could show you how to build a business in the nooks and crannies, would you be interested in learning more? Okay, that's power statement number 1. And that's if you are using the power of 3-way calls, maybe with your upline, your enroller, or a sister stylist. And then number 2 is an example of a call to action to just enroll right now. So I'm curious, if I could show you how to blank, 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 would you be interested in giving it a try for a couple of weeks to see if it's a good fit for you? That's it. So if I could show you how to build a business in the nooks and crannies of your life, would you be interested in giving it a try for a couple of weeks to see if it's a good fit for you? I love these questions because they give you a moment to pause, consider the other person. Remember, this is not about you. This is about them. And then give them an offer that also provides an out. So you're giving them the opportunity to 1, learn more, or 2, see if it's a good fit. All right, guys. So as you're learning and practicing the basic skills of the success rhythm, the last tip for recruiting, I had to throw this in there somewhere, is to have fun. People will join you for financial reasons, and they're going to join you for emotional reasons, but they're also going to join you just simply off of the energy that you attract. So it's really important to have fun. And with each charm that you earn through Circle of Excellence, I can show you what the new one looks like. It's a beautiful necklace. I want you to think about, don't go after these as the trophy. I wear this bracelet with so much pride, and it's not because it's a trophy. The people who I see every day have no idea what this bracelet means, right? But what it means to me is that each one of these charms, it was the opportunity for 2 or more lives to be changed. These charms represent hope that we're dealing, hope that we're delivering. And that's what's exciting for me. And it's something that's really powerful reminder for me every single day that I am a hope dealer. So I'm going to finish today with one little quote. What you do makes a difference, and you have to decide what kind of difference and how big of a difference you're going to make. I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this Friday, and I hope that somewhere today you learned a tip to help you become a rockstar recruiter. Bye, guys.